Welcome to the studio. It's Froyle here, and I'm pretty excited today because we're going to be working on miniature collages, beautiful little mini artworks that you can use for gifts or sending as cards or even framing, or you can use them for focal points on larger collages. So let's get to it. I've got some great ideas for how to make these beautiful miniature artworks fast and easy. Now, first of all, we're starting with my big, beautiful gel elf plate, my 16 by 20 inch plate, and I've pulled out my favorite Amsterdam bronze, putting it on the plate, covering it with a good thick layer of paint, and then I'm adding my favorite, the Journey Home stencils, beautiful original designs of such personal meaning. On the plate they go, and I'm putting them with some black Kozo paper. Now this Kozo paper is handmade, it's soft, it's very fibrous, and it's going to suck up all of that glorious paint in those beautiful rich color. Look how fabulous the prints look, straight on, straight off the plate, and you can see all of those fabulous kuru designs and the kawhaiwhai with the paint coming straight through the stencils onto the beautiful paper. Of course, black and gold always does look striking. We do like a little bit of drama. Now, when the ghost print was completely dry on the plate, I added a red gold color, which is the Atelier brand. It's an Australian paint, and I've put it with some Liquitex muted violet, rich, deep colors. I know, they're my favorite. What can I say? Now, my brilliant idea is to use the big, beautiful 16 by 20 inch gel plate and very small, little pieces of watercolor paper. Now, this watercolor paper is only a 4 by 6 inch size, so I get to put quite a few pieces on the plate. And my idea is, as I pull these prints off the plate, they just pick up sections of the paint and of the designs and of the colors and textures, and it's a great background or a base coat to start for creating these beautiful artworks. And doing it this way, I can get 14 pieces of the watercolor paper on the gel plate. We're already 14 artworks ahead. I'm just flattening them down with a piece of printer paper just so they all get a really good contact with the gel plate and the paint. Now, I did leave them on the gel plate for a few minutes. How many minutes? Not sure, probably 5 minutes, just so the paint was going to soak in to the beautiful watercolor paper, and then I start peeling them off. Ta-da, ta-da, look how beautiful they look. And depending on what section of the stencils or which part of the plate they come off, they're all individual, they're all different, but they all look absolutely beautiful. There's different shades of the bronze and the different paint colors, and there's different sections of the designs. It's a great way to start, and it's so fast and so easy. Now I've got one of the fabulous painted papers. I'm thinking I might like to put a bit more of that design straight over the top, because I think that'd be a great way to enhance the background color. Now I'm using one of my new favorite paints. This is a Lunar Paste in Weeping Willow, and I'm pulling it straight out of the pot. It's pretty much like a stencil butter type of paint, straight onto the stencil, straight through the designs. Ta-da, ta-da! It looks amazing. It's so fast. It's so easy. Of course, you can make your own pastes like this. You can just mix some acrylic paint with some medium, thicken it up, and then you can have the exact same effect. But of course, I love it easy and I love it fast. So the new range of Lunar Paste that I've been experimenting and playing with is just so much fun. Now, I'm loving it so much. It's just so easy. I decided to pull out the stencil butter in crimson and do exactly the same. Run it over the stencil, a beautiful, thick, luscious amount of acrylic paint. Look at the stunning color. It works so well with the bronze background. Now, you know I just can't stop. So I've got the stencil butter in white pearl, putting it on, looks stunning. Over the bronze, the white and the gold colors look absolutely beautiful. And what I like about the stencil butter is that it's got such a thick, rise to the actual medium. So the print comes through beautiful from the stencil. You can see all the curls and the kudus and the kawhai designs, and it looks absolutely wonderful. I did try another one with the lunar paste. This one's in refined copper, and that looks all right on the background. It's not too bad. It's pretty much a similar color, so it doesn't have that dramatic contrast, which I personally kind of like, but it's definitely a great place to start, and I could develop this particular piece by putting some collage on top. Now, these beautiful collages are going to work so well for a gift or a thank you note. And talking about thank yous, I want to thank my beautiful patrons for their incredible support. I've been through a bit of a journey the last 6 months, but I've got good news to share with you. I got the results back from my scan this week, and ta-da, ta-da, drum roll and a round of applause. Yippee! The cancer has been resolved, and I'm now officially in remission. So I'm cancer free. There's no more cancer in my lymph nodes. The chemotherapy has done the job. Now I'm just in the recovery stage, and I have to work through the side effects of the chemo. But don't you know it, each day is going to get better, and each day I'm going to be feeling better and stronger. And I want to thank you all for your love and care and prayers and positive vibes. And I've been so blessed by the love and care that I've been shown. So onwards and upwards, we get to have more exciting creative ventures for a long, long time. My patrons have meant so much to me during this time. What an incredibly beautiful, supportive community. They really did help me get through some very difficult days. Right, so let's pull out the scrap bags and let's see what we can create with these fabulous backgrounds. Right, so the papers are all dry, and let's see what we have. These ones turned out pretty good with the added stencil on top. I'm loving that. The red looks stunning, but then I am a bit of a red fan, so the white looks really good. They are working really, really well. And then this one with the bronze on the bronze, not too bad. Then we start getting into these ones that need a little help. So I'm thinking we pull out the scrap bag to finish these ones. Fabulous. These ones definitely could be thank you cards. And what I could do is just pull a bit of cardstock. I'd probably just glue it on the back like that, so it gives me a nice clean surface to write. Thank you so very much. Which I love doing, I love creating, and I love sending them. So then they'd become a beautiful little original artwork that someone might actually want to frame. I just like putting a single piece on it and writing on it rather than having that folded kind of card, but that's just me. I like it simpler. I think they're going to be beautiful, and I'm definitely going to do that with these 4 that I'm happy with. I might add something else to that one, but those 4 are looking good. So let's move them out of the way because we're happy with them. I'm definitely going to stick them on the cardstock. What are we going to do? That one's in the I'm thinking about it pile. And what are we going to do next with these ones? The background looks absolutely fabulous with the gel print, don't you think? Such a great way to start, and so easy and so quick. That's what I love about it. It's called speed printing. I love it. It works so well, but now I have to decide what am I going to add to them just to finish them. And look how many it makes at once. It's so good. And then these ones need extra help because they were the last kind of remnant bits. So I've pulled out my scrap bag, and I have, oh my gosh, a ton of amazing papers in my scrap bags. I like to color block things, so this one's going to have all the kind of neutral colors, but then with the metallics and the cream and beige and the blacks and the whites, those kinds of colors. And then this one has, as you can see, all of my favorite red pieces, purple, gold, oranges, all sorts of lovely bits and pieces. So they accumulate from doing the different collages that I do. I also have a ton of Kozo paper in these scrap bags, which works absolutely beautifully. So the hardest part is going to be just deciding actually what I want to put on these papers, what I want to turn them into, how much do I want to add onto my beautiful backgrounds, what shapes I might want. That's going to be the hardest part. So I'm just going to have a little rummage through here, seeing what I'm feeling like today that I want to add onto these pieces, and then create some more layers of beautiful collage, maybe some focal points on the top. Oh man, it's just going to be a matter of deciding. Right, so I pulled out a pile of bits and pieces from that scrap bag. They're absolutely beautiful little offcuts and Kozo paper. Now I'm going to pull out some from this scrap bag and try not to entirely overwhelm myself with all of the incredible options. It really does depend on how you feel on the day, what colors you might want to work with, what shapes you feel like working with. That's how I particularly choose what I'm going to put on the collages. Don't stress about it too much. I just really go with how I'm feeling, what I'm wanting today, which colors I want to put on there. And then I just find some shapes that I really like and start with that, because you can always change your mind as you go along and add something else, or finish it off with a little piece of beautiful Kozo paper. That always works. So don't stress too much. Don't think about it too much. Go with your instincts. Trust yourself with what you're feeling on the day that you're creating. Oh, they look pretty good. Yes, we'll put those in the pile. I'm just going to make a pile of possibilities and then start sticking some pieces down. Oh, we do have to have maybe 1 or 2 beehive circles. That could be fun. Oh, I love that one too. That's from my dashes stencil. Maybe some black beehive. Oh man, it's going to be a tough decision. Now that I'm armed with my piles of papers, look, I found some of the first print that I took when I was pulling the bronze off the plate. Isn't that beautiful? That's on the Kozo paper. It's so soft, it really sucked up that paint. So I might add a bit of that. I've also got some of this beautiful Kozo paper, but I'm not sure until I start sticking things down what I actually might want, and I'll try not to be overwhelmed by my incredible abundance. Now, what I think I might do is actually line up a few at the same time, because then I could put a few pieces on them and then build up some layers. Once I actually get moving, I think it'll be a lot easier to decide. Well, that's the plan, Stan. That's what we're doing. Just like that. We're doing miniature collage made fast and easy. Now I'm thinking that's a really good place to start. So now that I've got a nice little pile on each piece, I'm going to take each one individually, stick the papers down, and then think about if there's anything else I want to add to it to create another layer, or I might change my mind while I'm working on it if I actually want these papers that I've chosen. Definitely starting with my dance moves. They look fabulous and I'm loving this, but I think what I'm going to do is rip a lot of these papers into thin strips so that I can still see some of the background. Otherwise, I'm just going to cover it all up. Oh man, I'm loving that. I'm loving that strip like that. Do we want a little bit of this? Maybe, baby, we might want a bit of this. And how about we finish it with a circle like that? How's that working? I'm thinking that's working all right. And just like that, the first one's done. Easy peasy. Don't think too much. Just pull your piles of papers out, stick them on, because remember, you can always change it later if you decide, no, that wasn't what you wanted, you didn't like it. At least you'll be moving along. Absolutely fabulous. It's going to end up such unique, beautiful little mixed media collages, miniature style that you could gift or you could definitely frame. Now that was so fun. So fun. I didn't think too much. I just stuck pieces down. Now, what do we think? Shall we look at them and assess them? They are still soaking wet because I only just stuck them down, but we could always add some more. I'm thinking this one's pretty done. I might trim off that excess bit once it's a little bit drier, but I'm thinking that one's got a nice composition. It's got some interesting textures. I really like that for the focal point. So I'm going to leave that one as it is. What about this one? Do we think we're done with this one? I'm thinking so. I think that one's pretty finished. I think this one is too doing pretty well. We're on a bit of a roll. This one needs something focal point there. I think this one needs a little something else, and this one, and I'm pretty sure this one's finished with my beautiful dance move. Righto, they're looking absolutely glorious. I'm just going to add, what will I add? Maybe one of these crosses. That could look really nice. Oh, I like this idea. I'm going to put it right there in the center. No, I could have picked one that wasn't so blobby. Okay. Okay, pick a better one. I'm thinking that one right there in the center. That finishes that one. Oh, yes, I'm loving this. And it's mirroring the pattern of the crosses at the bottom. That was a brilliant idea. So those two are done. This needs something. What about some of these? Oh, I do like these dashes. In this particular stencil butter, I forget what it's called, but oh, I love it. The colour of it's really metallic, like a gunmetal colour. Now, which way do I like them? Up that way like that? Yes. And that finishes this one off, definitely. I'm thinking that's it for that one. That one's done. It could go this way, or we could even turn it around and have it that way. Oh, man, which way do you like it better? Maybe that way. Okay, so that's that one finished. Oh, I wanted to add something else to this. Maybe a little what about just a little piece of red? Yes, okay, I'm glad you agreed with me on that one. Just a little piece of red right there to bring that red from behind to the front. And then, maybe, yes, okay, one of these, because they look, and they're so easy to make. They look great. Just a stencil with some lunar paste. I'm thinking straight through the stencil onto music paper. And there we have beautiful little collage elements to make focal points for our fabulous miniatures. I loved it. I want to make some more. I've got so many papers. They look fabulous. That was just a whole lot of fun. I'll show you when they're dry, because a lot of these papers do go a little bit more transparent, but I'm really happy with this collection. So what do you think of my beautiful collages? I'm so happy with them. I think they're absolutely glorious. I know I'm a little bit biased, so I've put the cardstock onto the back of these ones, and look how good it looks. This is perfect if I'm writing a note or a gift card, or a card, or I could actually use them for another collage, like as a focal point for a bigger collage. But when I put the cardstock on like this means I'm using it to send as a gift card. So loving these ones. I've got all of these ones. I've put the cardstock on the back. Clearly I'm sending them. I added this onto this one because I couldn't help myself. They all look so beautiful once I added the collage. So these ones are all done and finished, and if you were to buy a painting from my shop, I always send a thank you card. So you might get one of these, or you get one of my other beautiful personal cards. That's fabulous. I love these. They're so good because they become quite a keepsake, bit of a collector item, because I never reproduce them again because I only love making originals. These are glorious. I love them. Now, I haven't yet put the cardstock on the back. Beautiful paper, because I could use them for focal points for bigger collages. So imagine if you took this and then I want to put it on a canvas, and all I would need to do is add some more paper, some jelly prints. Oh, that is so possible. Image transfers, and that could become part of a bigger collage. Or I could easily get some more of my cardstock and glue it on there and send it as a gift card. I'm loving them. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed making them so much. Now, if you want to join me on my Patreon community, you really should. There's so much to enjoy. There's my 100 days of collage. There's digital collage papers. There's a whole year worth of phone wallpapers. And that's just level 1. If you're in level 2, you get an inspiration pack every month, arrives on your doorstep with beautiful papers that come from this space right here, out of my studio and to your place. And level 3, let me tell you, my first group of level 3 have just completed 6 months membership, and they have received their own choice of painting. One of my beautiful original paintings from my shop they get to choose for their very own. So it really is worth jumping in, becoming part of the community, supporting us and receiving for yourself beautiful original art. Now, which one of these do you like? Oh, I love that one too. I know. I like them all. They turned out so well and so easy. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you were inspired and encouraged with an easy way of creating beautiful miniature artworks that you can use for so many different occasions. Yay! Don't forget, you'll find more information in the description under the video if you want to know where to get my stencils or stamps or digital papers. Come and join me on Patreon. I know you'd love it. Oh, there's always personal updates. There's also art travels. And we're doing more art travels next year because we're going to be so well. It's going to be a year of travel and prosperity. Yay. So I hope you're doing well yourself, and thank you so much for being here with me. I really do appreciate you. See you next time in the studio.